Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 355. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Connor Farley. What's up, Connor?
Hi.
What's up, Daniel?
Hello.
What's up, David?
What's going on, guys?
What do you got for us? Who's going first?
You can go first if you want.
All right, go, David.
All right, let's take a look. So first one we're going to be talking about is the Xbox One coming out soon with the 1 terabyte console, and also talking about the new Xbox One wireless controller. So yeah, 1 terabyte console. We needed this years ago when the first systems first released, because I can tell you I own a 500 terabyte. Not 500 terabyte. If I did, that'd be awesome. A 500 gigabyte Xbox One console, and I've had numerous people come to me saying that you can't fit that much on a 500 gigabyte because the games right now are too huge. I had someone.
So if you have that type of power, how much could you save on it?
No, it's not. That's storage space I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because the games require storage. Let me put it to you this way: Batman Arkham Knight requires 42 gigabytes free just to install the game.
Wow.
It is a huge game, and look at like Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 5 is huge, like to the point where I've had customers come into GameStop who've only been able to fit Grand Theft Auto 5 and Mortal Kombat X, and you can't fit any other games on 500 gigabytes.
Wow.
And with games just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, this should have been the standard, not something like, hey, we're just working on it now.
So now with the PlayStation 4, how many gigabytes does it come with? What's the different gigabyte things?
Oh no, it's they're the same. They got the same bit of storage, 500 gigabytes. But now they're releasing 1 terabyte ones
For Xbox One, right?
And PS4 is coming out with one as well.
Okay. How much more money is that going to be?
We're not sure yet. Well, I didn't check what the 1 terabyte Xbox One price was.
We were talking maybe $100 more or $200 more, or?
I would say maybe $50 and $100 more.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Right. All right. Well, see, that's the problem too. I'm having with my iPhone. You know, I get the basic iPhone thing, and then every freaking 5 seconds is not enough memory. So, I when I get the PS4 for the kids, I may try to go for a higher one. So, Daniel, you have any articles for us?
Only that Star Trek 13 is gonna start filming on June 25th.
Okay, so that's tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's they showed a picture of Spock. Well, Zachary Quinto, he was in a chair, and he tweeted a picture of himself with the eyebrows and the hair and everything, without the ears though. And he tweeted something like someone's coming.
Right.
That's what he tweeted. I don't know what that means. It could mean him. It could mean someone special. I don't know.
It could mean that they're coming to film soon, or whatever. I guess I don't know. Something.
Yeah.
Or it could mean something important. Who knows?
It could mean someone's coming, or it could mean like a new new villain is coming. We don't know about.
Right.
Or it could mean Shatner's coming. We don't know. Or it could be all of the above.
Look, joy, chew. Could be Klingons. Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Am I the only one who thought, look, for the search for Spock, I thought Christopher Lloyd did a good job as a Klingon. But people don't seem to like, let me put it this way. Star Trek, the search for Spock, what was that, 5? Star Trek 5?
3. Star Trek 3, the search for Spock.
Yeah, that's the one that a lot of people say is close to being a good Star Trek film.
Well, I gotta say, I loved Wrath of Khan is my favorite. I loved 3. I loved 4. 5 was 6 I really loved. So I even one I loved. I mean, it was good. So I'm a huge Star Trek fan, and I accepted all of them with the exception of 5. It's like, all right, you have to deal with it, you know. But I mean, you know, I don't have a problem with that. Now, as far as Next Generations go, the only one I really had a problem with was Nemesis. So, I mean, Generations, I had a problem with them killing off Kirk, because I don't understand how, just to pass the torch, you have to kill off Kirk. And it felt too much like the Fourth Doctor's ending in a way, where, you know, he was on the bridge and it was turning, and then he, you know, fell off. So that was kind of like weird to see that. But I don't know. I think
I thought Kirk seems so resigned to the fact, hey, I like it here, I don't want to leave. And Picard seemed the only one to have sense. If Kirk wouldn't be the one to like lay down and take that, he'd want to fight it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, yeah. And I do want to see Captain Picard one more time.
Oh, I think we all would.
You know, I mean,
would like, yeah. I would like to see him come back for like you said, like come back for one final hurrah and like, you know, go out with a bang.
They're getting old now, and Ian McKellen made a decision: no more X-Men movies, which sucks. But you have to understand that they're getting old. They're getting tired. They don't want to do certain things. So, you know, it's going to happen. Just like Hugh Jackman. It's done, you know? So...
Hey, probably we're going to get X-23 in his place. That'd be kind of cool.
I think, well, Connor, didn't we hear stuff about the kid from Kingsman? Wants to be Wolverine? Something like that? I don't know. All right, so I'm sorry, Daniel. Go ahead with your article. Or if you got more Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, like the cast are starting to come to Vancouver, and you know, like I think it was yesterday or today we saw I'm looking at Carl Urban. He just made it to Vancouver.
When did Zachary Quinto put the picture up?
I think it was today. It was today.
Okay, so could it be possible, Daniel? Right?
Yeah.
That they're getting ready now, or a little while, because at midnight they'll be filming, which would technically be the 25th. I mean, if he's dressed up as Spock, then he's going to be filming, probably.
Like tonight? Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Which would, then there's a possibility we may get a shot of something for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Pick, at least.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, so Daniel, what other stuff do you have? I'm hearing rumblings about, what is it, Green Lantern? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I heard that Chris Pine might be Green Lantern.
I see.
They want him to be Green Lantern, so...
When they said they wanted him to be Trevor, which is Wonder Woman's boyfriend, that was probably just a thing to throw us off.
Yeah, but I read about that a while ago. They wanted him as Green Lantern.
Now, is Green Lantern technically in Superman versus Batman?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they're done filming, so wouldn't they have cast him already?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I would. I don't know. Maybe.
We really don't know about that yet.
No.
We'll do some research. We'll find out about that. All right, Connor, you have an article, or do you want to let David go more?
Let some other people talk first.
All right, David.
All right, let me take a look at. Okay, this sad news. Since I was talking about Batman Arkham Knight, Warner Brothers suspends the PC sales of Arkham Knight. So, for those of you who do not know, the PC version of Arkham Knight has been less than stellar. So, I'll read this off to you. Publisher Warner Brothers says they're taking the drastic step of suspending all sales of Arkham Knight on the PC until the game's technical woes can be addressed. A statement just posted on the company forum reads this. Dear Batman Arkham Knight PC owners, we want to apologize to those of you who are experiencing performance issues with Batman Arkham Knight on PC. We take these issues very seriously and have therefore decided to suspend further game sales of the PC version while we work to address these issues to satisfy our quality standards. We greatly value our customers and know that while there are a significant amount of players who are enjoying the game on PC, we want to do whatever we can to make the experience better for PC players overall. Thank you to those players who have already given valuable feedback. We are continuously monitoring all threads posted in the official Batman Arkham Knight community and Steam forums, as well as any issues logged with our customer support. If you purchased your copy of the game and are not satisfied with your experience, then we ask for your patience while these issues are resolved. If desired, you can request a refund at help.steampowered.com. The Steam refund policies can be found here. It gives the link, or the retail location where you purchased the game. The Batman Arkham fans have continually supported the franchise to its current height of success, and we want to thank you for your patience as we work to deliver an updated version of Batman Arkham Knight on PC so you can all enjoy the final chapter of the Batman Arkham series as it was meant to be played. So, obviously, this was not, like, no one had any idea that this was going to happen. I mean,
right.
There was a little bit of fishy behavior going on from what I've been told and from information that I've gathered is that literally there was it was handed off to a small studio to handle the PC port of Arkham Knight. And when I say small, like this studio had like 11 people.
Oh my God. How could you have a game like that and give it to some shitty company?
Or it's just a small company that wasn't ready for what was going to happen. No. And here's the stinger. The NVIDIA console, which is like meant to like it's the NVIDIA Shield is like for like it advertised for Arkham Knight that it like it had enhanced effects, like enhanced smoke effects and more realistic environments, and it was running at 1080p, 60 frames per second. The PC version of Batman Arkham Knight is locked at 30 frames per second. Which means that whoever made the NVIDIA Shield commercial had to go in and fix the frame rate just so they could make a commercial about it.
Wow.
Which is shady as hell.
So now, let me ask you a question. When is the PC version going to be available? And because it's going to come very late now, what are they going to offer the customers to make up for this massive delay?
I have no idea what's going. They better be offering something substantial because, you know, like one of the things was that for when the Batmobile edition was canceled, they gave us free DLC for it, which it was a skin pack, yeah, so it was nothing it wasn't big DLC. But, you know, and quite a few people are, like, I actually like the new 52 skin pack, but a lot of people are saying you shouldn't be just giving us skins when you massively screwed up this. You give us something substantial. Like, if you're going to give us something, give us a story pack DLC. Don't give us this. Give us the Red Hood or Harley Quinn free of charge for this.
Right.
But this is corporate doing it. This is not... For people who are saying, oh, F Rocksteady, I'm never buying another game from them, this isn't Rocksteady's fault.
Right.
Rocksteady made the game. This is corporate pushing it as far as what the DLC is concerned. So yeah, you want to be mad at corporate. Don't be mad at Rocksteady because they've been making this for the console, and the console versions work fantastic.
Okay. What else?
There's an update. The game has now been removed from sale on Steam. Its store page listing remains, but customers are unable to add the game to the cart.
All right. I want to give some news here. Looks like Channing Tatum casts doubt on the male Ghostbusters version. He says that, like right now, it's gotten very messy, and he's not convinced right now that it's going to take shape. But like right now, the focus is on the female Ghostbusters. So I mean, Again, here's the thing. These companies want phase 1, 2, and 3 like Avengers. Everybody's jumping the gun. You got to make sure that this Ghostbusters version is a success. You can't just expect it to be successful and then have the female Ghostbusters trilogy, then the male Ghostbusters trilogy, then crossovers and multiple teams, like 5 different teams and movies on that, and then have a whole big threat that is crossovers in all movies, where you're going to have your own Infinity War of Ghostbuster movies. Let's just stop the foolishness, and let's just see how this movie does. As far as a male version, I would think that maybe they could have a mixture. Like in the sequel, they would have some male Ghostbusters, but you know, you're going to start making spin-off movies off of spin-offs. It's not going to work. So that's my take on it. I could be wrong, but we'll see. What else do you have, David?
All right, so let's take a look here. I'll go on to like, 2 articles that I have. They're both kind of concerning the same thing, since we're branching off of Batman. Chris O'Donnell recently reflected on the Batman movies. If you don't know, he played Robin in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. So I'll read what this one was. Actually, there was supposed to be a Nightwing solo film after the Batman film. So now over the years, we've seen a whole lot of different on-screen versions of Robin, whether it's Burt Ward's classic 1960s take on the hero, Chris O'Donnell's more controversial 90s approach, or even Joseph Gordon-Levitt's big reveal in The Dark Knight Rises. Though they've all had one key thing in common: they stay as Robin. In the comics, though, Dick Grayson, the original Robin and the man behind the vast majority of the on-screen masks, hasn't been the boy wonder for over 30 years. Instead, he's long since transformed into the fan favorite Nightwing, and an independent superhero in his own right. And yet, when it comes to the on-screen portrayals of Dick, he's still almost entirely remained trapped in his youthful Robin persona, with few shows or movies, the new Batman Adventures being a rare exception, giving him the chance to break out from his youthful identity. That, though, was not nearly the case. You see, we almost saw a Nightwing movie in the late 90s. Yep, that's right. Back in the Chris O'Donnell era of Robin, in which the young hero was essentially a petulant but badass full-grown teenager, we almost got the chance to not only see Nightwing, but to see him in his very own spin-off movie. So this is what, during an interview, this is what he had to say on it. He said, quote, "Yeah, there was at one point a Nightwing movie. When the reviews came out on Batman and Robin, that was shut down immediately." Which, now when you think about that, that's not much of a surprise nowadays, do you? And this is the funny part. Chris O'Donnell's kids have never seen any of the Batman films with their dad in it.
Oh my God.
And he actually still has his old costume, but this is what he says about it. He said it's in a wood crate. Honestly, my kids have never seen it. They're like, "When are you going to open that thing?" And I go, "When I find a screwdriver. It may have decomposed in there for all I know." So obviously, it seems that it seems that Chris O'Donnell really doesn't care about the Batman franchise anymore, and he wants to leave that part of his acting career behind him. And to be honest, I don't blame him. So, yeah,
I mean, I would want my kids to see my performance.
Yeah, and really now our only hope of a good Nightwing is with the Titan show coming up soon, and hopefully for that show to be successful, you have to appeal to fans of the cartoon, I think, by having that classic team there. I know you probably won't be able to have Cyborg because of his role in the Justice League film, but at least keep a lot of the team members from the animated show on the live-action show, and having Nightwing on it is probably one of the better aspects of it. But in connecting with that, as a fan of Nightwing, I found this article, and it's interesting because we had a conversation earlier. Oh, did I get that mosquito? Maybe I did. Okay, anyway. we had a conversation a few episodes ago about, the controversial outing of Iceman from X-Men as being gay. It seems like they want to do that with Nightwing, and the title is DC deliberately gay baiting Nightwing? And they're showing numbers of panels. I'll put the link here in the chat for you guys to look, because there are panels that are deliberately put there that you can take them out of context, and it's so obvious to take them out of context. It's not like you have to really stretch for it to be taken out of context. It's just there. If you want to, if you want to screen share, it's nothing inappropriate, but it's like if you want to screen share the two panels that I'm talking about, or like they had a classic one where they've questioned, a lot of people have questioned Dick Grayson's sexuality since they've had Batman and Robin in the same bed together. They've had before. I am not lying. But there's also they're talking mainly about the Agent Grayson book comic line that's out right now. So there's not much to say on that other than like why are you doing this?
Right.
I mean, it's probably like maybe they're doing it tongue in cheek and they're just kind of like poking fun, but it's just a joke and he's not really gay, but still like it just feels weird that they're doing this with Nightwing of all characters. So what do you guys think about this? Because I know Joe, you have very strong opinions on like changing like the race, the sexuality, or changing core aspects.
I'm not really familiar with the DC characters as well as Marvel, but I've never heard that Nightwing was gay or anything. So I don't know why this is a new trend that they need to spice things up by changing it. I mean, I'm not getting excited by it. I mean, I don't see how that's relevant in a superhero comic, how you have to talk about their sexuality, and it's just a distraction, and really makes no sense to me why they would even bother, to tell you the truth. I mean, if they're not interested in enough at something else, why would they be interested to buy the comic book based on that?
Yeah, Nightwing has had some highs, a lot of lows during this year. I mean, during the past couple of years, especially with the one event comic for DC that I think a lot of people didn't mind was Forever Evil. And for those of you who don't know, Forever Evil was when the not the Justice Lords, the Crime Syndicate from another Earth. It was basically an evil version of the Justice League. Basically mopped the floor with the entire Justice League. And by the end of the storyline, what had to happen was Dick Grayson had to die. And after the serious fan backlash of that, they said, oh, he just faked his death because Batman told him to fake his death. Now he can't be Nightwing. He's now a secret agent, which no one liked that either, but now they're keeping him that way. So, yeah, I'm like, it's like we question Marvel with what are they doing with their characters, but I question DC going, why are you doing this? This makes no sense.
I don't know. Again, they did it with Iceman. It's basically impossible for Iceman, especially the people stirring it up like that there was doubt about Iceman. That's just nonsense. Because if you are an avid reader since the beginning of Iceman's career, you would know for a fact that he's not gay. So, and for them to say, well, the writer didn't even know that he was gay or not, you're disrespecting what came before you as a writer, and disrespecting the team by making a drastic change like that. And you shouldn't even make a stupid statement like that. So, yeah. If I'm going to read an X-Men book, I don't give two shits what the Jean Grey of the past talking to Iceman about his sexuality. I don't buy X-Men to see that nonsense. I buy X-Men to see them battle, Magneto, or like there's a threat or whatever. I could give a crap what they eat. I could give a crap about Jean Grey's love life. That now she's in the present, she's kissing Beast. This is not a soap opera. The youth of the youth in general are way too smart to be caught up with this nonsense. And these are a bunch of fanboys writing the stuff. Like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if Iceman's gay? Wouldn't it be cool if Cyclops killed Professor X? No. And if back in the day that stuff was thrown out there in a pitch, they'd be the laughing stock. But because someone is in charge of Marvel that anything goes, it's like there's no limit. They just allow anything in the freaking comic, and they ruin shit. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a big explosion, and no one's going to buy anything. And then you're going to wonder why, because they're doing this nonsense. So I hope they learn Marvel from their mistakes, but we'll see.
All right. Anyone else want to read? Because these other, I'm not familiar with these other articles. I can read this one about Avengers. That they're talking about a villain named Magus or Magus. I don't know who that is.
The Magus. The Magus.
Yes. They're just talking about auditions are getting underway for Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War Part 1. The lead and supporting roles. The auditions for the new lead and supporting roles will be taking place in LA. The film is the first in a two-part sequel in which Thanos plays a major role along with the Magus. Adam Warlock's bad side, the Magus, separates from his body and assembles the Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay, because I'll explain to you who the Magus is. Basically, in the future, I guess Adam Warlock is going to have to go into Cocoon again to heal. And when he emerges in the future, I'm talking the 31st century where the Guardians of the Galaxy are, that I read, they started out in the 31st century, not now, where you have Starhawk, Charlie 27, all that. The Magus is Adam Warlock, but in the future, a villain. He's purely crazy, insane, and the biggest thing was that Adam Warlock is facing his future self, and there's nothing he could do about it to change it. It's sort of like the Valyard and the Doctor, but only the Magus is not an offshoot. He's actually Adam Warlock. So in the future, there will be the Universal Church of Truth. He'll be a part of that, this evil church organization, whatever. And he is the biggest threat to the Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff. So, you know, it's kind of weird how when you had the Infinity Gauntlet, then you had the sequel, the Infinity War. Okay, and that had to do with the Magus, as well as the Infinity Crusade, which was another version of Adam Warlock, where I guess the Magus becomes a female, to which she's like in between good and evil, but she's still kind of evil. So, sort of like Kang the Conqueror, you had Kang the Conqueror is from the far future, where you don't know if he's related to Reed Richards or Doctor Doom or both. So he would basically be a time traveler, and he would adopt different personas. Now, I don't know if he's like mentally ill, where, he just has split personalities and he creates these personas, but he was Ramatut, he was the Scarlet Centurion, he was Immortus, so he's been creating various identities, and then for some reason fighting with himself and the Avengers, and in fact even going to war with himself, which is crazy. So this is just another example of sort of like they did that with the Hulk. The Hulk, in some point in time in the future, becomes the Maestro, and he's like a villain and crazy, and they're trying to say he's really Bruce Banner in control of it. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone else read an article.
I've got 4 articles, so
you go.
Kit Harington, who of course is extremely famous for playing Jon Snow in Game of Thrones, is in talks to replace Robert Pattinson in Martin Culhoven's upcoming thriller Brimstone, which has just begun filming. He's set to join a cast of Dakota Fanning, obviously famous for War of the Worlds amongst other films, Paul Anderson, Jack Roth, Carly Jury, and Harrington Throne's co-star Caris Van Houten, who plays Melisandre. So he's set to play an outlaw who has a crucial role in the tale of Retribution, while Dakota Fanning plays a heroine that's on the run from her past and chased by an evil preacher who's played by Guy Pearce. So I think he's actually been confirmed. I don't think he's in talks for that. I think he's actually been confirmed to replace Robert Pattinson. So kind of puts into doubt his involvement in Game of Thrones Season 6, which begins filming in under a month. Under a month's time, I'd say. So, yeah, speculate away about that.
Jon Snow's coming back, I still say. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's got to come back. This is just ridiculous. Say it ain't so, Jon Snow. Say it ain't so. All I know is that the blood went up, so, yeah. That means something. Nah, I don't know.
Well, I think you need to look at his eyes for something, not really the way that the blood was going. Because his eyes gave a bit.
I mean, you know what it is, dude? I'm just obsessed. I just, you know, I'm making a big joke about it. Jon Snow died in snow. That's fitting. All right.
Yeah.
Listen, I seen him survive like 10 arrows in the chest from his angry girlfriend, so I know, you know. He's coming back. He's got to be.
He took the arrows from Ygritte, so...
She kept hitting him with arrows, and he lived. So, you know what? He's not dead. Come on, man. Do the right thing. I really want to go to that Staten Island Yankees baseball game because the creator of Game of Thrones is there, and it's going to be Game of Thrones night, where they're all going to be named after the baseball team's going to be named after like Game of Thrones stuff. So I want to grab him and talk to him because I don't believe it. I'll go just for that.
Don't talk to him about the TV show because George hates it. He's not involved in it.
Really? He hates it?
Not that way. He doesn't like talking about it because it's not related to the books in a way. He kind of sees it as the books is his, while the TV shows David Benioff.
Right. Well, I'll just chill. I'll see if I can get him anyway.
Yeah. So don't try and piss him off because he might kill off your second favorite character next.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to piss him off. Maybe I'll do a quick video or something. Hopefully, that'd be great.
I think he's probably one of the most influential people at the moment that you don't want to piss off because.
I tend to piss off people just by smiling or whatever for some reason. Like I know people like to throw rocks at me. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't like my voice or anything. But look, I'm not pissing him off. Okay, I'm not. I'm gonna go if he wants me to buy him a hot dog, I'll buy him a hot dog. We're just gonna have fun. We're gonna watch the baseball game and talk about everything but Game of Thrones. And then I'll slip it in there about Jon Snow. Maybe I'll just bring a Jon Snow figure and I'll be like, we'll see. That's it.
The second bit of news I've got
HBO, is... you know nothing, HBO. Killing off Jon Snow. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The second bit of news I have is that Ezra Miller, who is going to be playing Barry Allen in the DC Comics film adaptation of The Flash, is in talks now with Warner Brothers to feature in the new Harry Potter spin-off, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. If he is cast in it, he will play Keaton, a fellow magician who crosses paths with Newt Scamander, who was obviously announced a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, to be played by the fantastic Eddie Redmayne. So I'm very excited for this film.
Right.
So I've got to read the book first, so I will make that a mission of mine.
Okay.
So yeah, someone from The Flash is going to be in Harry Potter for all you
Interesting.
superhero fans.
Well, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them isn't a book per se. It's just a book that students of Hogwarts read. I don't think all that there is for that book, for the book called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, it's a kid's book just with a list of magical creatures in the world. That's it.
Well, that kid's book's going to be a trilogy, yo.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a trilogy. So,
listen, people make books out of sentences, so I mean, or movies out of sentences. I mean, anything. Told you, if you can make Battleship out of a board game, out of a movie, okay, you could do anything for a movie. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're going to make Monopoly the movie?
Yeah, man. Are you going to star in it?
That'd be cool.
Yeah?
I don't know where they're shooting.
Listen, just don't pass go. Well, you have to pass go, actually.
Don't pass go.
No, you have to pass. You do not pass go. We're not collect $200, whatever. Yeah, if you get to go to jail or direct to jail, whatever. All right.
I've got 2 more pieces of news.
Let's do it.
Stephen Gaghan is set to direct a Disney film about Charles Darwin. Obviously, Charles Darwin needs no introduction because he's like one of the most famous scientists / adventurers in history.
Yes.
So finally, Disney are going to come up with something that's not Star Wars and that's original and is actually interesting to an audience. Not saying that Star Wars isn't interesting, but for originality, it's definitely interesting.
Right.
Something that I deeply respect in films. Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
Okay.
And the final bit of news is that Gwendolyn Christie, who is set to also feature in Star Wars Episode 7 as, I can't remember who she's playing. She's playing a clone, not a clone commander, a stormtrooper.
Clone Trooper or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
She's joined the book-to-film adaptation of Swallows and Amazons.
Okay.
So,
well, I'll just do a quick tidbit. I heard a rumor that Matt Smith's role in the Terminator is the most advanced version of the Terminators.
Well, I told
you. Rumor? Yeah,
I told you.
Thank you, Connor.
Yeah. I'll explain it. It wasn't his IMDb. It was the Wikipedia page for the film Terminator Genesis, which changed. I don't know how long ago, but it's been in the last few days, where Matt Smith was originally going to play Tim, but now he's being changed to the T-5000. So my speculation is that Matt Smith's version of the T-5000 will appear at the end of Terminator Genesis.
Probably.
And it will then obviously leak over into the second film, and then maybe even the third film. So he'll be the main antagonist for the 2 sequels.
That's sweet.
So that probably explains why he has a very minor role in.
Yeah, they're not really saying nothing about him. Yeah.
Yeah, and they literally haven't said anything about his character, and then obviously he has big roles in the 2 sequels apparently. So
yes.
Yeah.
How many Terminators, like evil Terminators, are there in Terminator Genesis?
Just 2. There's a version of Arnie that's the original 1984 one, I think, and then there's obviously the one that's protecting
the liquid metal one. Isn't there a version? Well, isn't there a version of what the Terminator was from 3?
Yeah, he's adapted to human life now, and he's protecting Sarah Connor, who's played by Emilia Clarke, I think. Mm-hmm. So.
And then you have a 4th version, which is John Connor as a merger of Terminator and human.
Oh yeah, so you have four because then you also have
Yes.
the Korean guy as well.
Yes. Liquid
With
metal
the
guy, yeah.
yeah, the spiked hands. So
Second one, yeah.
yeah, I believe that movie premieres next week.
Yes. I will be going to see it on Friday.
Yeah, I'm going to try and go see it. I think.
Because I'm actually, the office is closed, national holiday, so I will be going to see it on Friday. So, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's it.
My phone died. All right. So, we got more in store for you tonight. Some surprises, some podcasts. Maybe we'll have horror casts. Maybe we'll have topic wonders. Real Hovians, definitely. Stay tuned. Take care. Bye for now.